processing in real time, y'all. The lack of processing in real time. Jesus, Mary, Josephina. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this, but I have a little bit of vocal fry, I guess. Not on purpose, but something's going on with my lungs today. I don't know if I need an asthma treatment or what, but and I can't see a pulmonologist till the 3rd of December. So yeah. So anyway, hi. Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Thank you so much for joining me. Before we get into today's video, a couple of things. Number one, I have a link to my Etsy shop down below. I have cards and I have mystery card bundles. I would really appreciate it if you could check it out. You can also buy me a coffee. That's also listed down below. I appreciate it if you do. So this video was meant to go up on Monday, but I don't know what's going on with iMovie. I couldn't import to iMovie. I couldn't just drag and drop to iMovie. I spent almost 3.5 hours doing it and I wasn't done until 7. And I thought, you know what, this will go up on Wednesday. Gave me an excuse to put on some makeup and here we are. So you guys gave me such good feedback on that video. That video has more views than any of them in a while, so I appreciate that. So I don't know if I explained my parameters before we got started, but this is meant to be super beginner friendly. I mentioned that when I mentioned that this is one of the best bundles to get. Because you get the 12x12 paper collection, you get solids, and you get the 6x6, and you get ephemera, which we haven't used yet. And my goal is to make super beginner friendly cards. No machines. So no die cutting and no embossing unless I'm doing like a bone folder embossing or something like that. So the cards last week, the scale was off, I think is what my big issue was. And you guys are right. The blue was too big. Now, blue and purple was too big. I was following a sketch and I wanted to follow it as closely as possible. So that's why you saw that. Now today I've changed them. Not only have I changed the front of them, but I bought some accessories off of Amazon. I got some little resin flatback flowers. Listen to me. That sent me down a rabbit hole on AliExpress, and they have so many cute Christmas flatback things, like fur hair bows and stuff. Oh, I've got like $40 worth of them in my cart. I'm not going to pull the trigger, but they're so cute. So anyway, flowers, and then I bought some rhinestones. I think it was like a 30 pack of rhinestones on Amazon. So I'm going to share some of that with you. But again, super beginner friendly. No machines, nothing like that. I want you to be able to pull out a trimmer, some adhesive, and get going. You know what I mean? And someone left a really great comment about how these are cards that you give like to teachers and stuff like that. So they always have a card available to give to a child, a student, parent, whatever. So there is a place for these simple little cards, and I hope that you like what I've done with them. You can let me know in the comments down below if I did it. If I did it, give me like the cheering emoji. That would be so fun. You can also leave a comment. So if you haven't already, I hope you'll consider subscribing. Friday's video is going to be another set of cards I made with this kit, and that's probably what we'll do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of next week. And then, of course, on the 4th is when we start the holiday card series. So I am ready for that. So that's a pretty long-winded introduction. So without further ado, let's head over to the craft table and I'm going to share with you how I fixed these cards. All right, friends, I am going to bring in the 3x4 cards from the paper pack. These were initially created for pocket scrapbooking, a la Becky Higgins and Project Life. I don't know if that's still a thing or not. I use the 6x8 albums to store my stencils in, but I tried pocket scrapbooking. I think I have a video on this channel of me doing 1 or 2 spreads, but it's a lot, and I'm just not a scrapbooker person. So yeah. So anyway, I use these cards for front of cards. Okay. So one of the things that you guys mentioned, and which I agree to, is that the solid takes up so much space. But as I mentioned in the intro, I really wanted to follow the sketch. So I decided to bring in these cards. I am going to end up matting them, but I feel like with them overlapping that purple, it tones that down a bit. And kind of draws your eye more to the focal image. So I don't know if you guys agree with me or not, but that's what I think. So many of you guys hated this paper, the number paper. I think it's so much fun. And I love orange and purple together. Like, listen, 3 rooms in my house are purple, aqua, and coral. So that is a color story that I love. This is a color story that I can get behind. Okay, I don't want to tear anything. So if this wasn't going to work, I was going to just put them on top. But this worked. And I'm so excited it did, because you're going to see those on Friday's cards. So I am just removing them as easy as I can. I did lose one. We had one that lost. We lost one. But I'm just removing them and kind of sticking them to my Copics. It's like they're sticky on the back. I'm like, where am I going to put these? So I put some on my Copics. I've got a thing beside me that holds my die cutting machine, and I stuck some on that. And yeah, so eventually you guys will get a craft room tour. Like, listen, I have been promising you guys a craft room tour since I've had this channel, which has been like 10 years. So, and this is the one I kind of lost. And you can see here that I had to pick off the paper. What I'm picking up is called a Xyron adhesive eraser. Top 10 out of 10 would recommend. That's probably one of the most important tools you need outside of a trimmer and some scissors, if you ask me, because if you're like me and you mess up, yeah. Okay, so I needed a couple more, and in the paperback there are 3x4 cards. So I ended up cutting up more than I needed, so those will actually end up going on card bases or for other cards later. But yeah, so it's in the paper pad, and they're in the paper stack. And I love the borders that they used on top, because those will be perfect for a 8.5 by, Misty. A hamburger card that's more landscape than portrait. Oh my word. So what I decided to do is matte these with white. I didn't want to matte these with a different color because I didn't matte any of the other papers, but the base is matted with white. And I thought, okay, let me bring a little bit of white in. So I'm leaving this in, but I mismeasured. I was like, what did I do? Yeah, I cut these. These are 3x4 cards, and I think I cut them 3/16 by 4/16, and I meant to do it 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. And yeah, I don't realize that until I get this far, and maybe I did cut it out. I don't remember. Yeah, no. So this is, I'm like, wait a minute, what? So then I measure it, and I'm like, oh yeah. So I'm going to save those other ones, as you know that I do, and we will use them on a different card at some point in my life. This is really thin cardstock, so it's not something that I would use as a base. It's something that I would use as a layer, as I'm doing here. So I plan to restart my kind of Stampin' University series. So if you guys have any questions that you'd like me to address, be sure to leave them down below. Lots of beginner-friendly videos coming. I really love these type of videos, and that was the other thing I mentioned in the intro. These are for beginners. Now, you can be someone accomplished and do these. I do these all the time, but I wanted to share something that was very beginner-friendly. So this is what I did. And so the one you just saw that had the balloons with the big white spot in the middle, I went ahead and added a sticker. I need to go ahead and add a sticker to the one that is also has the white on it. The which one is that, Misty? The one with the orange border that had the white in the middle. I need to go back and add a sticker to that too. So I'm just adding some adhesive to the back. Now I'm adding the foam tape to the top and the bottom right along the edge, because those are the two edges that will attach to the card base. The other one is going to be on that card layer. I'm not going to bother putting adhesive on it just because. Now I'm trying to make sure that I'm not using like yellow or orange on the orange paper, and I think it did a pretty good job. And as you can see here, I just think it looks so much better. I love the look of it. I love it so much. You can't tell me that it looks bad. You can't tell me that it looks bad. It looks pretty good. I like it. And again, I'm going to add some more stuff to these at the end, but I wanted to make sure that you saw how I put them together. And if you're wondering what that strip of washi tape is for, that's when I zoom in. That's how far I need to keep my hands above the washi tape. But I stayed zoomed out that way you guys could see me cutting and those kinds of things, because I don't have a whole lot of room in front of me because of the Copic case. Copic case. I didn't realize I left all of this in. It's good to see though. And this is sped up 400 times, so this is 400 times faster than I normally go. It's 400 times faster. And then this is the one that I need to add a sticker to, because it's kind of plain in the middle. So I will, this is when I decide, no. I was like, no, it doesn't have enough color. And this one, I just realized I didn't map this one. Misty, you dodo bird. That's all right. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so I found this 30 pack of rhinestones on Amazon, and I found this flat back, I think they called them beads, flat back beads, flower beads on Amazon. I actually found these on AliExpress for like $2. So again, if you're in a hurry, Amazon will work in a pinch, but if you have some time, check out AliExpress. Now, again, how you choose to spend your money is your business, but I really do ask that you don't purchase counterfeit stamps and dies off of AliExpress or Temu. We've had so many crafting companies that had to go out of business because of their art being reproduced on AliExpress and people buying those rather than buying these stamp sets from the company or from like a retailer. And I get it. I do. Stamps are expensive, and that's why I always say, if you're brand new, don't buy a bunch of stamps and inks. It's too stinking expensive. Just, even practice putting together cards like this and decide if you even like some people don't like the measure and cut paper. So if you're not someone who likes the measure and cut paper, this type of card making might not be for you. Maybe you want to do images where you just coloring or whatever. So yeah, anywho. Yeah. And there are some companies who are definitely overpriced, but there's also some companies who also are paying a ton of illustrators, etc. And they have to price their items to keep up with that. I saw a die. Someone on Newton Nook design team used this kind of card die. And it was one I had used similar. And I sent back, if you guys remember that video. Love it. I went to look how much it was. It was $32. $32 for a card mat die. And I thought, no. And here you go. You can look at it in real time. Isn't that fun? So cute. And they are a little raised. So if you were to do this and if you were to send them out, I would 100%, put a piece of cardstock on top. So I'm just going to talk to you while this plays, because I'm literally just using glue dots to glue these down. And I'm putting colors together, and I'm trying not to put two of the same color together. So yeah. So anyway, I was just appalled at how expensive they were charging for one card mat die. And I'm just like, I don't know. I think some of it is like they want to say that they're made in the USA and blah, blah, blah. And that's well and good. But I just don't understand how you're making money like that. Like, I don't know. I just think it's hard. And then some companies, they don't want to pay to license something or reach out to an artist and ask for something that's exclusive to them. And several companies, you can find their stamps, like the digital images, on Etsy. And I think that's why, I don't remember which video I mentioned it in, but Krista Herbert, who I love and have been buying her digital images now, I think 14 years. I'll have to look it up, but I mentioned it in another video. I went to look, and she's deleted all of her digital stamps from her Etsy shop. She's gone strictly to stencils for cookies and stuff. And I was like, oh, Whimsy Stamps must have purchased those images, or that's just something she's going to recreate for them or whatever. So yeah, but anyway, what was I talking about? I don't remember. So it's just, I don't know. I would much rather have something quality that's less expensive from a different country than being, made in the USA and being sometimes 2-3 times as much. I just don't get it. I really, really don't. But Hello Bluebird is one company that we've talked about before, where they've gone to this kit thing because immediately their art gets put up on AliExpress or in Temu. And that's why they didn't even show all of the art in their promo pictures. They basically showed the colored stamps from the design team. And it's like, can you imagine having to go to those links to protect your intellectual property? Now, once upon a time, I made ornaments, and I was making Disney ornaments, and I was making like Superman and all of it. And one day I was just like, oh, shoot, this is like, I'm infringing on someone's copyright and their trademark. And that's when I stopped. I was like, no, I don't feel comfortable doing these anymore. And again, I think it's like, you have to be educated on that. But yeah, again, you can spend your money how you want to, but I just caution you for doing it, on AliExpress with stamps and stuff. Okay, here are the finished cards. You let me know in the comments if you think I fixed them. I think I did. I really like them. And I love that we still have the other cards to use on Friday's cards. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today, friends. I really do appreciate you. If you haven't already, I hope you'll consider subscribing. Don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know. I'm interested in hearing your opinions. Friday, we're going to do another set of cards using this kit. And I think I mentioned in the intro, probably the next few cards will be from that. But make sure you check out Stamp Anything this coming weekend for some announcements and bonus videos. And I'll have a bonus video for you tomorrow, actually. So yeah, I'll see you then. Bye for now.